3, go. Hey, Christian Leslie here, Wells, Maine. I am totally stoked. I'm downstairs working on my Wakamoa, and I can't get it started. Same thing as yesterday, can't get it started. So what do? I do what everybody does. Go on YouTube, check it out, see what I'm doing wrong, blah, blah, blah. And then I get this great idea. I'm like, hey, why don't I call the people that I got it from and ask the service guy what to do? Call him up. Hey, Dan, what can I do about this Wakamoa? It's not starting. He's like, hey, Christian, try a little ether. Put a little ether in it. And I'm like, what a great idea. Go down, get some ether, come back, take it apart, put the ether in there, fire it right up. Fire it right up. So now, got the rest of the day, I can go do some cooking for you. I just wanted to tell you this. One of the things that people do nowadays is they go online for everything. Everything's online, which is awesome. Computerized generation we live in. It's awesome, people. Like, I go to the store, they have these automatic cashiers now. You don't even have to talk to people anymore. You just go and get your stuff, plug it in, and walk away. I went to the airport. There was this kiosk where you could order your food on the kiosk. There's this young kid ordering his food on the kiosk, and there's people waiting to talk to people to take the order. He doesn't even go talk to people anymore. So the point is this. I go to the grocery store. I go to checkout. If there's a free person there to talk to, I go talk to them. People need to be talked to, people. So anyway, the point is, if you see somebody, ask a question. They've got knowledge to bring to you. So ask me. We're going to go cook today. I got this awesome meal plan. It's going to be moose tenderloin that I shot with my bow this year, twice baked potato with russet potato and broccoli and a little bit of onion. And then I don't really have a finish, so I'm going to have to think of a finish. So let's go. Well, show me how to. All right, so we're going to the kitchen. Once again, you guys know the drill. This is what we're doing. So I was thinking about what we were going to make. I said I was going to make tenderloin. So I'm lucky enough that I've got a bunch of meat in the freezer. One thing I would say is, like, you go to somebody's kitchen, well, you have to have the basics. You got to have the basics. So protein, a vegetable, maybe a starch. That gives you the basics to be able to create dinner, right? So I took this tenderloin out yesterday. Look at this. This is moose tenderloin. It was shot last year. Harvested it myself with my old man. Hi, Grampy. How you doing? So I'm going to have that moose tenderloin. I'm going to get the pan really hot and sear that. Salt it on both sides. I might finish it off with a little bit of blue cheese butter. If you haven't had blue cheese butter before, you don't know what you're missing. So I got the potatoes. Look at that. Maine russet potato. Look at the size of that thing. It's as big as my head. But I'll make extra of these. So I'm going to pre-bake these for about an hour. This thing might take an hour on 400. And then I'll cut it in half, dig out all the inside. I'll put it in a big bowl with sauteed broccoli and onions and garlic. And we'll make our twice baked potato. Throw some cheese in there. Throw it back in the oven and cook it. I think I've got some bread. Yeah, I've got some French bread. I may make this into a little garlic bread. My kids love garlic bread, so I might have a little garlic bread with it. And as far as like another vegetable, I have the broccoli in the potatoes. So essentially you can sneak your vegetables in with stuff, and your kids will eat it that way. So I really don't even need to make another vegetable. So I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm just gonna have steak, mushroom and onion on top maybe, and a little blue cheese. But anyway, one other thing. I shouted out to my Grampy. These are my father's scones. My wife loves these scones. So look at how many she made. She made, I don't know, there's 30 of them in there. And I bet they'll be gone in a couple of days. In the next couple of days, we'll give you a video, show you how many left. So, all right, welcome back. So I've been busy. I got my meat out. So the meat, when it came out of the package, it looked like this. I wasn't excited about it. You know, like, look at it. It looks flat. It's tenderloin. So once look, it's got sinew on it. I wasn't real excited about it. So I trimmed it up. This is how it ended up looking. So one of the things that you have to do is when you eat with your eyes, right? So when you cook with your eyes, you know? Like if it isn't appealing, if you're not excited about it, it's not gonna come out beautiful. So I've got this all prepped. I'm getting this warming to room temperature because when I put it on the hot fire, you want it to sear nice. If it's cold, it won't work so well. I've got all my vegetables cut up for my twice-baked potatoes. My twice-baked potatoes are out of the oven, right? I'm gonna let them cool down so they're easier to handle. So I've got my hot pan rolling. This is the milk and the butter for the twice-baked potatoes. I warmed it up, right? So you don't wanna put it in cold because then your potatoes will get kind of sticky and gluey and stuff. And then I've got a little garlic bread on the side. I'm gonna just base that on there and pop this in the oven. It'll be awesome. So I'm just gonna start the vegetables and stuff, and then when I start with the meat, I'll bring it back. It'll be awesome. So, great. All right, so we're back. I've got my potatoes all prepped. I've got my cast iron skillet. Best thing to cook meat in is a cast iron skillet. You get it smoking hot, and then you take this and you just set it on there. Listen to that. Woo! You just set it on there, and the trick is not to overcrowd your pan, right? And the other trick is to not move it. Let it get a good sear on the underneath of it, right? So I've got that cooking right there. Here, come around. I've got my twice-baked potatoes in the oven. I've got them on convection oven so they get a nice brown on the top of it. I've got my bread, garlic bread going in. And then I did make a little salad. I made a little salad with tomatoes and cucumbers. I'm gonna put a little balsamic on there. I've got some mushrooms that I'm gonna saute up over here. That's gonna finish that off. That's gonna slowly cook. Well, that's cooking real high. That's not slow. And then this is what I got to finish that off. Look at that. Blue cheese butter. I mean, honestly, blue cheese butter. If you haven't had steak with blue cheese butter on it, I can't even tell you. So keep this cold, right? Let that cook a couple of minutes at each side. Then we're gonna let it rest. I might do a little balsamic reduction. That's just good balsamic sauteed until it reduced down. Just give that a little skim layer on top of that meat. It's unbelievable. So when I get it all prepared, I'll come back. We're back. I've got it all prepped and plated. We've got some twice-baked potato with broccoli and shallot and garlic. We've got a little cucumber and tomato salad. I've got this nice tenderloin with a little bit of blue cheese butter, some roasted mushroom, and a balsamic drizzle over the top of it. And I prepared a little bit of garlic bread. So let me just get a cut into that for you so you can see how that came out. Now, this is wild game from the state of Maine. And let me tell you, if I've done it correctly, it's gonna be like perfectly pinkish red. Can you see that? You know what? I'd eat that all day long. All day long.